Okay, Global War 1936-45, January 1941. I'm just going to take a peek here so you can see. Yes, these are up to you guys to take a peek, but that's where the turn is starting. Same as the summary video from the last turn, July 40. Alright, this is the German turn. Germany is going to, let's get that placed here somewhere without knocking everybody over. Germany is going to do a few things. It's going to buy one tech roll, you have a free one. It's going to upgrade a minor to a medium. It's going to build 2 Marines. It's going to build, I think that's 4 or 5. 5 mechs, 5 advanced mechs actually. 1 jet aircraft, a destroyer, and a transport. Alright, Germany's also going to do something up here. You're just going to keep the British busy. They're going to do an amphibious assault with 1 infantry and an advanced mech. The infantry is going to land on round 1, and the advanced mech is stuck in the boat until round 2. It's going to bring a fighter and a medium bomber along. They both have, I believe, yeah, they both have 3. Actually, the medium bomber's got 4. 3 moves used up, or 3 moves left. Sorry, both have 3 moves left. Germany's also going to attack Greece here. They're going to bring in a fighter from Romania that's got 2 moves left, 2 mechs and a tank. And they're going to try to eliminate that 1 infantry in Greece before it becomes a problem. Using the Navy that was located here, the transport went 1, 2, scooped up a dude, and 3 from its naval base. And lo and behold, they're going to get a little bit crazy over here. So with the commander coming along from this patch that was back here, they scooped the commander and infantry, dropped him there. There'll be 1-shot bombardment, that's it. And then this other dude got dropped off here in Transjordan. There's no contest, so that's an auto win. So let's see if Germany can get a buck from the British and a buck from France. And either way, I believe they're going to twist and turn Iraq and turn it into German, which will be interesting to see what happens with Russia now. Alright, so there's that. I don't really have much else going on with the Germans here. I'm just showing their actual combat moves. Oh, there's also the strategic rocket there in Picardy is going to launch at that miner factory in Liverpool. See if we can't make the British waste some money. Oh, and a convoy. And I'm using my convoy rules here that I've house ruled in. So this guy can't be attacked unless there's an escort in the same zone, which means I have to spread an escort through all the zones or hunt them down. Yeah. I don't want to make it so they can't be attacked at all by escorts, but this guy's hunting stuff on the line. If these things happen to be in the same zone, hunting stuff that's hunting stuff on the line, then sure, they can fight, but it's up to the choice of the defender whether they want to attack the sub or not. They can choose not to. They don't have to, but if they do decide to fight that sub, it'll activate everybody who's in that zone. So it'll basically be a defender activated attack. Alright, so that's what we got here. I'm just going to do these 2 tech rolls. Germany's going to be rolling for, let's do wartime economy and shipyards. I know it sounds crazy, but whatever. So, wartime economy. Sweet, you got that one. That's started. Shipyards. That's also started. I just needed 7s for those. So, shipyards +1. And wartime economy. Oh, we already had one on there. Look at that. We're going to move that to stage 2. I didn't even see that there. Oh, see, that one's a one-sider too. Alright, so stage 2 of these. 2 more stages left. I skipped the advanced submarines because I wanted to buy some specific stuff there for Germany. I always wanted to buy more. Strategic rockets, we're using those. Jet aircraft, we're buying one of them. And advanced mechs, we're buying a bunch of them too. So, yeah, tech's fully active for the Germans. I'm going to stop this here. Actually, I don't know. Typically, I do these rolls, don't I? On camera. So let's snag up some dice and wander to the other side of the map here. All right. Let's do this one. So, we have no pointer apparently. Huh. Well, whatever. I got two of them on my map somewhere, but let's get my fat finger in there. So we have this transport is divulging an attack there. One of these cruisers is going to shore bombard it too. Commanders do not affect shore bombardment, so it doesn't matter whether the commander's there or not. So 1 at 2. No. Now I got an infantry attacking. It's no river, it's no mountains, it's no nothing, but it does have a commander, so it's 1 at 3. No good dice. All right. And now the militia is defending at 2. Whew. All right. 1 at 3 attack. 1 at 2 defense. There we go. It defended. All right. So now my commander has to roll a 12. 1 to 11 to run away. If he rolls a 12, he's dead. We already said that happened in Japan. So what the hell? Apparently that's the only time I can roll a 12. So the commander has died as well. No, there's a potential for me to roll this guy back to life. I cannot remember the rule here. We'll figure that out after. I believe it's next turn, but I'll double check. And this one was a fail then, but this one is successful. So I'm just going to throw a German roundel down on that. Voila. The Germans go up a buck. The British go down a buck. All right, I'm going to do this convoy right over here now. That is +1 for the escort and +2 for the attacker. So I'm going to take a red for the British and a black for the German. So black is +2, red is +1. All right, so that's +2 to 5, and that's +1 to 4. So the British lose $1 out of their bank. I'm just going to whoop $1 from the British. And that's from the British, not from somewhere else. All right. Now this one up here is a little harder to see. So let me just place my tripod down without wrecking everybody else. All right. So we have a cruiser bombardment at 2. Then we have a medium at 7, a fighter at 6, and a single infantry at 2. All right, so cruiser at 2. Hey, beauty. So let's go wander over there for a second. Cruiser at 2, first strike, has killed this dude. So the British are going to go down 2 now, and the Germans are going to go up 2. All right, it's good to know. Good to know. All right, so that means this guy gets to land here, along with the commander. Actually, I didn't use the commander on the attack. We'll just leave him in the Navy there. All right, I will just quickly show you the income changes then. So Germany is up +2. We're hoping for 3, but 2 is enough. And the British are down 2, so they're now tied with the Americans at the lofty 22. Yeah, so Germany's only 30 ahead, but we'll see how long that lasts. If Russia gets involved, things swing hard. All right. I'm going to just stop it here. I'm going to do a bunch of non-combats instead of having you go, while I'm making those noises. We'll just pause it and I'll show you the results. And I forgot one attack here. Don't ask me how I skipped over that. This is Greece. It's worth no money, but yeah, there we go. We can see everything there. Right, so we got a fighter, 2 mechs, and a tank. They're attacking in mountains, so the fighter's not affected, but 6. 2 at 2 instead of 3, and 1 at 5 instead of 6. And the defender is not mountain, so it's just at 4. All right, so 1 attack at 6 for the fighter. That's a 9. That's no hits. 2 mechs at 2 for the mountains. Nothing. 1 tank at 5. Nothing. All right, 1 infantry back. Nothing. 2 mechs. Tank. Oh, there we go. We got a hit. All right, 1 infantry back at 4. Miss. All right, so that's figured out. Just going to confirm that. You'll notice that there's no income there. There's no little red numbers. So we just drop that down there instead. And we'll have to figure out where these guys fly. But that's why I'm just using these dice. I mean, I thought about buying those range markers, but man, there's so many other nice scopes I don't know. I'm a bit of a cheapskate when it comes to this. I'm still paying off a mortgage and a vehicle payment and all that other stuff. I strangely find that more important than buying pieces for my hobby. And so does the rest of my family. All right, so we lost a commander. He's dead. We'll have to figure that out. That's why I got him sitting on a die over there. And I'm going to stop this for real this time. We're going to do some non-combat moves, and I'm going to read up the rules on these commanders here, and I'll run off what that says here. See again here. We're still in January 41, and we're doing the commander rules here. This is a replacement of a commander. If the nation's commander is eliminated, that nation may make a die roll during its place units phase and attempt to replace the fallen commander. If the player rolls a 7 or 12, a new commander is placed in an eligible location. So, all of the German hopes rest on this. I also forgot to show you folks my strategic bombing raid by a strategic rocket on the factory in Liverpool. So, all right, let's hope this one gets us something higher than a 7 or higher than a 6. 7 to 12. 6. That dude is eliminated. I no longer have that German commander. Just like that. Gone. And I cannot save him. Apparently we're just going to not have a commander now to fight the British anymore. That seems kind of hokey. I don't know. Let me know if any of you do anything else here. I just need to roll this one. I forgot. It's a max damage of 5, and it's one of these D12s. So we're just going to go, or sorry, D6s. 4 damage. Okay. Easy enough. So, green and a white. Hey, look, this is the same damage on that one. The British never did bother to pay that down because they didn't need to. So they have to repair all the damage on this one to build 1 unit, and this can build 1 unit. Although they still do have this factory here that can build 1. Unless they want to build a whole pile of units up there, it's not really going to affect the British. But you never know. So, the Germans spent all their money. Done. Convoy is no longer happening. Just going to run by what we did here for units here. Placed a bunch of mechs here. Oh, they're advanced mechs. I can't place them there. I have to build them at home country. Never mind, we're going to build them there, and we're going to put, instead of, these mechs came from Normandy and Picardia, we're just going to, or Normandy and Paris, we're just going to leave one in Paris, and we're going to move the other one into Paris. This dude here was supposed to move down to there, to the air base. And this dude is also supposed to move down to there. Might as well put some mountain dudes in the mountains. Alright, with these guys I just moved it so that there's one infantry, one infantry, one infantry. This guy came from here. This guy went to there. And I had a guy down here that went to there. Now nobody can land amphibiously and not take anything. The light tank from here moved 2 and is shoring up Gibraltar there. These 2 tanks went from here in Bordeaux, 1, 2. These got rail moved from Munich, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves in distance, but you can do 4 rail moves in Europe. I was checking the rules. Nowhere does it says Europe, right? I know that the line's the USSR. And this is another line that divides it into Asia or the Middle East, whatever. So the technical dividing line is right here and by the game rules along the Russian border. All right. Yeah, did that. What else did we do? We moved a couple of tanks from over here to there. We placed some mechs there. Now we placed those mechs over there. We moved the commander from here into there because it's even easier to lose your commander if he's in the ocean. And Germany just lost a commander, so I didn't want to lose 2. I do have another commander for Germany, right? Yeah, okay, he's in Paris. All right. Basically just spread some of these loose dudes around so that I had an infantry on every location that borders the Russians in a line here. That's done. Placed these 2 Marines here. Placed a transport and a destroyer here. Right. And then down here things got a little bit weirder. Okay, you can see. So I had an aircraft that was here. Had taken from an airbase 1, 2, 3. It had 2 moves left. For some reason I thought it would land there, but it can't. See, that's why you gotta review these things sometimes. Oh, airbase 1, 2, 3, yeah. 4, 5, I can come back here, but I can't land 4, 5, and then 6. So, see, review. There we go. That guy goes back there then. Or I can't use somebody else's airbase, but. Yeah. It's more centralized to me if he goes 1, 2. So we're going to throw him over there with the Italians. Give them something to... I can't remember if I can scramble to assist. All right. So, okay. Only 1 fighter managed to get there then. That's the one that was over here. It went 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a legit move. This transport here from... Munich took an infantry on a ride here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Didn't even need its airbase move. I didn't want to leave it loose over here because some fighter's just going to come in from somewhere, who knows, or a freaking insanely long seaplane range. All right. So that we dropped off that infantry. And I just was reviewing the rules on page 22. If a German or Italian unit takes over a place next to a neutral Iraq, it becomes that player's possession. So this is now German. So Germans go up 2 more bucks. I haven't even looked at their collects income. So Germans go from 52 to 54. All right. Okay. So I lost some of my my bonus incomes, but that's okay because we keep gaining more income somewhere else. All right, my handy cheat sheet where I got all the information on who gets what for bonuses. So Germany, Molotov Pact, yes, $5. Romania, $3. Sweden, no. Norway, no. Spanish won the Civil War, another dollar, so they're up to 9. And possession or alignment of Iraq, 2 each. So we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at $11 in bonuses. Plus we collect 54, 25, 30, 40, 54, plus 11 is 55, $65 for the Germans in the bank for next turn. And I'll leave you there. And I guess the next turn is the Russians. January 1941. And just in case you didn't realize, before I started the German turn, I placed a bunch of, I updated all the neutrals. Most of the time it's in January. If you're ever curious on the neutral sheets, take a look. There's a couple extra infantry here and there again. All right, these are the Russian purchases. They're going to buy a rail line to cross a mountain border. So it's $8. They're going to upgrade a medium factory. They're going to upgrade another medium factory. They're going to buy 2 fighters. And they're going to do this little thing called 3 tech rolls. Oh yeah, they're going to do that and that. Otherwise, I don't have a lot of attacks I'm going to do at the moment. What I am going to do is we're going to non-combat move these 2 guys. Oh, we got 2 attacks for Russia. Just 2. We're just going to do these 2 here. There's no contest. These guys just wandered in from there. Alright, so Russia's going to go up a buck, which is handy. Then, Russia and the Germans and the Italians were looking at their navies, and they're pretty close to matched. Both of them would, the Russians are probably actually outmatched, and that's not including aircraft here. Just with the floating units and sinking units. And Russia and Italy came to a mutual decision that they both don't want to fight. So Italy's going to let Russia leave, and Russia's willing to leave for a good reason. So I'm going to have a really, really, really busy Russian or sea zone, unless I use one of these crazy things. So bear with me here. I'm just grabbing one of my fleet markers from the original Pacific game, where I got my nice, beautiful red Japanese. So the Japanese or the Russians are all going to join up in that sea zone there. So that will be this navy here, joining up in that sea zone, which is 2 moves away. Actually, no, it's 2 moves away. And this sub that was already there will be joining them. Since it's an unrealistic location and it's kind of out of the way, we're going to put the Russian card for the number 3 card over there, right here. All right. Now let's see what Russia's going to do with this. And it's got the transport. It's as close as Russia could get to anything. And since Russia is now belligerent, it's not allowed through this strait here unless it attacks Turkey. But Russia doesn't have any dudes on its transport. It's not really worth doing an amphibious on that. So Russia is just going to go down there and maybe take that Portuguese East Africa and a turn or 2 or something else down here. Whatever's loose and waiting for a Russian to land on it. All right, so that's Russia's main move there. They're going to place this rail here down there. But first they're going to move these guys down here. And they're going to move these 2 guys down here. And if you were Russia, you'd probably rail move. They can do 2 rail moves. Let's just rail move these 2 guys down here. And we'll just move one of these guys. All right. So that's pretty much Russia's turn. Except for one thing. Russia needs to upgrade this factory here to a medium. And Russia's going to upgrade the factory over there to a medium. Russia needs to be at war with a major before it can move its factories. So instead of just waiting for that to happen, let's do what Russia wants to do. And the only reason I'm doing the tech rolls last year, 1, I forgot, but 2, it doesn't matter because they're not going to complete any tech this turn. It's going to be active this turn. Do we need all this shit sitting in Vapiri? Probably not. Let's move 2 infantry over there. Let's move 2 infantry down here back into Leningrad. Let's move these 2 infantry or 2 light tanks to back there. And we'll move this artillery back into Leningrad. And this dude can make it. So 1, 2. Let's pair that up with an artillery. See, let's get these artilleries and units all paired up together. Beauty. Beauty. Okay, so that's that. And we're going to place a fighter up here. And the other fighter is going to go in the home place here. Okay. So if Japan, one more non-combat move I'm looking at here. If Japan comes in really, really hard, they can hit this with 3 light tanks. 1, 2. They can hit this. I haven't done the CCP's turn yet here, and that includes these aircraft. So the CCP have $8 in the bank. They're probably going to buy a couple of mountain infantry because they want to at least keep this place because that'll give them their bonus. They're not sure if they should attack out of there or not. As it sits, if they attack somebody else, they're spreading themselves thin. And it's looking pretty gnarly anyway, because the Japanese can get these 2 guys in, this guy, these 3 tanks. So if they spread themselves out, they weaken themselves. And they can get in 3 fighters and 4 fighters and 3 tactical using this long range, right? So 1, 2, right? 2, 3. Everything can get there, and everything can get back out to a Japanese zone unless they take all of these out. And I don't think that's realistic for the CCP. Not if they want to stay alive. We're kind of verging on the realms of turtle mode. So what we're going to do, just so that things... We're going to leave those 2 guys there. Hopefully that'll make them spread. And we're going to build those 2 mountain infantry. But instead of putting them in that stack, we're going to put them over here. And Russia's looking at this going, I don't want to lose all my only planes. Because until I bought those 2 fighters, that's their only planes. We're going to move them 1, 2. We're going to move them back here. Because Russia's kind of like, I don't know. Oh, that's killing Japanese planes. Maybe Japan won't do it. We'll leave them in there. If I were Japan, would you take that risk? Mountains fighting in mountains, so I don't know. There's no sure way of doing this. Anyway, we'll probably leave them in there because if we take them out, Japan's going to attack it for sure. If we leave them in there, I don't know if I'd attack that with Japan. And do you really want to attack that stuff? Not really. So, because of these, Russia's gone up $1. The CCP is only collecting $2, but this touches the Russian territory twice. And this touches Russian territory 3 times. Actually 4 times. So they got +1, and 2. So they actually have $4 in the bank. So that's them. Russia goes up 1 for there. And Russia's got to do an income increase roll of 6. So Russia goes up 1 conquered and 6 home country. So 1 conquered from 8 to 9 and 6. So we're at 33. 3, 6. All right. 39 plus 9 for conquered. Russia's about a turn away from being at full income here. And Germany might want to think about this. Tech roll. I didn't say what it was for, but typically I go top to bottom. Because I didn't say it, I'm going to re-roll it. Artillery. Oh good, we got it anyway. I'd be really annoyed if we missed it. Advanced mech. Okay, advanced mech as well. And now wartime economy. Missed that one. All right. So our advanced artillery and advanced mech are both moving up. Wartime economy did not. Advanced artillery stage 3. Advanced mechs to stage 2. Russia failed on that one again. There's quite a bit of tech on that board, which is actually pretty typical for our games. The tech kind of spices things up, and you know, you don't have to use it. Sometimes somebody's getting all gung-ho and waste all their money on it. So Russia. Oh, we bought 3 tech rolls, but they get that free one from the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. So let's do that heavy armor that we skipped. I knew there was a reason for that. 12. Handy. And you really need to pay attention to this stuff. Heavy armor, already on the map. So we jump straight to stage 2. I don't have them all double-sided. So Russia's 39 plus 9 plus 3 for the Molotov. So Russia is 35 plus 9. But we'll give them, where do we have there? 10, 20, 39 plus the 2, or plus the 1 for the bonus from Romania. And then we're going to give them another 10 plus the bonus, plus the bonus. Is my math working out here? Give me a second here. It doesn't look right for some reason. 39 plus 3. 9, 3, there. Yeah, there we go. So 45. 46, 47. Plus another 9. Yeah, 30, 40, 51. That's what I thought, but for a second there, I was like, that seems like too much. So we started dividing it up here. There we go. 51 bucks in the bank for Russia next turn. Well, I guess that makes sense. 39 plus 9. We're looking at pretty much 40 and 50. Then you add the extra 3 to bump it 1 over. Okay. It just seemed too much for some reason. I'm so used to Russia making no money last little bit here. All right, so Russia is done. CCP, I'm being a little bit turtly with them this turn. I kind of want to attack something, but at the same time, I don't want to give them the opportunity to attack me back. Because, yeah, I want to stay alive for at least one more turn here. Let somebody else build some stuff. Let's let the KMT start being annoying and draw their attention away from the CCP again. And then it'll be the CCP's turn. Yeah, see how this is working? And I'm yo-yoing back and forth. I'm going to have to just force 1. All right, so Russia's done. It's got 3 of its 4 techs completed. It went up an increase, I can't remember, 6. And it's got 51 bucks in the bank. Molotov ribbon chop pack still in effect. So yeah, rush is done. See you in the next January 1941, Japanese turn. So here's a quick zoom in on the purchases we've got. Let's get that stabilized here a little bit. Okay, we're going to start a factory. I'm not going to bother putting it on the production sheet. It's a minor factory, and once it's started, it's stage 2. When you take the under construction out, it's a place unit. So easy enough. I got a roll for this commander. Hopefully I don't get a 6 again like the Germans did. We're going to build 5 infantry, and we're going to build 2 tanks, 2 light tanks. So let's do some rolls here first. The place units commander, I'm going to do that actually right now along with my tech roll, because I am just doing a non-combat move and placing some units, so I'll place the commander along with everybody else. Alright, it's going to be a quick roll for Japan. Japan has realized that it's been fiddle fucking around and it needs to just pick a target and kill it all the way, so it's going to just make a stack and go hard. Alright, commander, I need a 7 or higher. Whew. Sweet. So the Japanese get their commander back. He's going to get placed in Tokyo. Tech roll. The only one we're working on right now is wartime economy. We're 1 away, and we rolled a 1, so we're still 1 away. Okay. I'm going to do some non-combat moves here. Yeah. So we're going to move these 3 tanks over to there on these 3 transports. So they're going to just join the stack over here. Alright. These 3 tanks are going to move into that stack over there. So it's going to be 6 tanks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... Actually, we're going to leave them separate piles because next turn I'm going to be attacking something. So I'm going to just chip them out later anyway. We're going to move these Marines in there because they defend pretty good. And we're going to split these guys up. We're going to leave 1 guy over there and 1 guy over here. And that is almost... Let's throw these aircraft in there too. It's a nice stack there, isn't it? Let's see the CCP come attack that. It might hurt. In fact, instead of moving that dude here, we're going to move that dude in here. Let's give him an extra infantry in there. And the CCP will be attacking across a river if they attack. So it'll negate the commander's bonus, which is beautiful. Because I don't know if you can see that, but there's a... See this river here? And how it's on... When you connect the 2 roundels, right? Or you do that from here. Connect the 2 roundels. The river's on the Japanese side, so it doesn't affect the Japanese because it's inside their territory. But it does affect the CCP when they attack out. It's the same as a mountain penalty. Alright. And it doesn't matter if it goes all the way across or not. Like I was saying, you go from the center of the roundel to the center of the roundel. Straight line, use a ruler, use a ship, I don't care. And use a metal chopstick. Alright, so where did this guy come from? Oh yeah, I chipped him out. Alright, so that's that. We're going to place 2 light tanks and an infantry. And we're going to place a commander. Thankfully we won that roll. And we're going to place these 4 dudes here. And we're going to start a minor factory in Siam. Planning for the future here. Alright, and that is literally that. That is the Japanese turn. So they failed their tech roll. They've placed their units. They've attacked nothing. They're still at 28. So they get to collect their 28. So they're $2 less than they had last time. But they're actually staged up for a go here. So we'll see how that works out. And if the CCP does go after that, they do have a bit of a counterattack available. Same for this place and that place. We'll see what happens. Okay. Anyway, that's the end of this turn for the Japanese. Real quick this time. Actually, let's non-combat move 2 of these over here. That way we can pick up these infantry and bring them over somewhere next turn. I mean, they could have done that next turn anyway, but we're good enough. So yeah, there we go. Japan, $28. Attacked nothing. Built and non-combat moved and started a factory down there. I'm not bothering to put it on the build chart. That under construction counts good enough. Same with that Dutch one down there. All right, and we're gonna leave that at that. Rank Kirkus, January 1941. Netherlands turn first. Let's do that. They're gonna finish building the factory. Ooh, gonna start. That's wrong. That is wrong. They're gonna start building a navy base, and they're gonna build what are these? What is it? $3 commando. All right, as a militia. So they're going to spend their $5, and they're going to complete this base, and then they're going to just leave that there, or this factory. They're going to leave that there because that's the new navy base that is now on the map for the Dutch. And they're going to place 1 extra dude underneath here, so we're just going to take these 2 white chips off and throw a green chip down instead of 3 whites. Done. And they non-combat moved that ship from here to there and this one to there. There's no rhyme or reason to it, just whatever. Doing something. The Australians are, so that's the Dutch, they spend every penny they have. The Australians are receiving $2 of that Lend-Lease money, and they are just going to move this $4 ship forward, the last stage, and the $5 for that ship. So we're just going to place. Thankfully, they have an improved factory, or the medium factory, or they'd never be able to place these things. There we go. 3 cruisers, and they non-combat move those 2 dudes up to there, and this dude, this motorized, moved 1, 2. All right, that is the excitement of the day. Far East Command, they are going to pick up a transport and a tank and a mech. They're going to have to start doing a shuck if they want to help the British take back Gibraltar. Or not, we'll see. Or maybe they need to haul some troops from Gibraltar or from South Africa to somewhere else. The British themselves are going to buy 1 tech roll, a fighter, an infantry, 2 mechs, and a tank. And they took the other 2 of that Lend-Lease from the French and are using it for a tech roll. So now, let's do this British tech roll. I got some combat moves on the map, but we'll do those after. This is for, the only one I got almost done is Wartime Economy. That's the only one I've started and the only one I'm going to do. So, there we go. Wartime Economy for the British has moved from stage 1 to stage 2. Done. They're tied with the Germans and the French. All right. So, Australia's done. Far East Command, I thought about moving their navy in there and doing an attack, but instead, we're going to be doing this kind of an attack. So, the Far East Command transport here has moved the 2 guys from Aden and dropped them off here, which means they're there and there. And the two guys that the regular British dropped off here in British Somaliland last time, one took this Italian place and the other one's taken this place. Only two of them are worth money, but they're both Italian money. I'm going to non-combat move the entire fleet. Ooh, except for this escort duty ship and this transport into there with that. I'm probably going to have to use a fleet marker for that. I'll show that in a second. Yeah, there's not much I can do with this right now. That's all non-combats. So those are my combats here. There's no contest, so let's get some British roundels out here. Yeah, oh, let's kick that guy off. British roundel on there. British roundel on there. And a British roundel on there. Alright. So, the British went up 2. The Italians went down 2. That's my only attack on the Italians this turn. Oops, don't want to walk away with that guy. Alright. I have one other attack, and that's way up there, so let's show that one. I'm bringing in the fighter, the tank, and a single infantry from, what do you call this place? Stockholm into Gothenburg, I think. So we'll see if we can get that. I'm not even, well, do you want to see my rolls? There's no tank, there's no river, there's no, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Fighter at 6, tank at 6, and an infantry at 2. So 2 at 6, 1 hit, and 1 at 2, 2 hits. Well, that was successful. Now the defense is 1 at 4. That's a fail. And 1 at 5 because it's an advanced mech, and that's a defense. So down here we have successfully taken this from the Germans. Killed those 2 units, and we take 1 loss, so we're probably going to lose this guy, leaving the tank there alone. And this fighter, I know it's not non-combat move, but this fighter is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 and come back home. Alright. Yeah. And that's that for those attacks. So the British go up 1 here and 2 down there, and the Italians go down 2 and the Germans down 1. So Germany down 1 from 54 to 53. Italians down 2 from 14 to 12, and the British go up 2 for the Italians to 24, and 1 from the Germans to 25. There we go. Okay, let's stop here and show some non-combats. January 1941. We've done the place units and non-combat moves now for the British turn. So we placed a transport, a tank, and a mech. And I realized I had 10 dudes there, so I just put a counter underneath, or 11 dudes there. Just put a counter underneath, made it easier. This card here is actually the fleet that was right here. It has moved to here. Oh, let me turn that a little bit. That fleet right there. The Russians are here by themselves, and this dude's on that fleet, so the commander. And that dog's gonna get a slap pretty soon if it don't shut the hell up. And this tank here has moved up. This tank here has moved up from South Africa. We also placed 2 mechs in a tank. The fleet that was over here has moved over to here, to this base here to protect this transport. Except for this piece of the fleet, the destroyer and battleship are working their way up. I don't want to have too much fleet on one side, not enough on the other, because the Germans and Italians can come out either side if they want of the Med now. And we do have that German fleet up there too. We don't want to get too empty up top there if we're going to start dealing with something coming out, or the British are going to get totaled. Fleet wise, right, what else did we do? A whole pile of escorts. This guy and this guy were already on escort, but we had a unit there that went on escort. These two went on escort. This plane's on combat air patrol. That acts as a, that could block a sub. This one's on escort. This one. So basically these lines are completely escorted in all sea zones. So if the Germans did bother to roll something, it'd be +3 versus a +2, right? And they get attacked anywhere they went. So, right, that's it. Placed a aircraft in London, and the one that was fighting over there with its remaining moved to London as well. I can only build one thing on the UK due to all that damage. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll spread it in here in a second. And then we placed an infantry up here, and that is the end of the British turn. So I was kind of hoping to get in here and take some stuff out, but when Germany had a chance to move, I was looking around going, okay, how can I make this really hard? Because if we lose this, then the Axis are pretty much screwed for the rest of the game. So now that Germany's dropped in a fighter and an extra dude, and these guys only have four regular infantry that can land, 2 hits and they're dead, and then they're just going to be losing their fighters and whatnot. They'd be better off doing what they did here. So that's what we've done. All right, I'll leave you there and we'll figure out what. Okay, just a little note on incomes. The British have had all of their bonus income taken away. So 25, 14, and 7. And the Dutch collect their 12, so let's just do that. They're all in the same turn technically. All right, so that's where we sit here. And next is the Italians. January 41. We're gonna build 5 infantry. We're gonna start a carrier, and we're gonna continue a battleship along on the build chart. They're $6 each, and we're gonna buy a tech roll. And we've done some combat moves already. We're going to do a convoy roll. We're going to do a convoy roll. We're doing 2 amphibious assaults from the same transport, British and French. We're going to bring in 2 aircraft that were over here to join in. And this transport started out here, went to there, scooped up a dude from here and a Marine from there. Came 2, and then 3. And that's what we got. So we're going to bombard with a battleship on Syria against that militia. And we brought those 2 aircraft along too. That way we can for sure kill it. And then if not, it's a walk-in for the Germans there. Yeah. So let's just get right into that. If I get this video done quick enough, we can do a bunch of other stuff. So bombardment at 4, miss. All right. From a commander's location, so 1 at 8. That's a hit. Done. Militia at 2, miss. Okay, that's successful. So there we go. A buck from the French and a buck from the British. Good thing I had these handy. I thought I had 2 of them here. Anyway, oh, we got another one. And convoy rolls. There's 1 escort. There's nobody on the line defending it. So black is Italian, red is British, and I'm going to be +1 with a coastal sub versus +1. And I failed. And black is Italian, and red is French, I guess. And that's a +2 versus a +1. Okay, that's better. So 5 + 2 is 7, and 1 + 1 is 2. So 7 minus 2, $5 difference. The largest person on the line is the British with 6. So these British that just collected their $25, they just lost 5 of it. Brutal, eh? It's nice when it works out. Sucks when it doesn't. They can always come and do that. I'm not doing the Suez reroute, and this might be why you want to do it, because it's not working out too well for the British here when you do it this way. There's a side effect to my rule change. Suez reroute means that you take this off of here and you cut it in half and you add it onto this line. So you get +3 to the British and +1 to the French. And then you do the same thing on this side. You get +3 to the British and +1 to the French. All right. But yeah, I didn't call it at the start of the game, although this is the first time I actually managed to successfully convoy them for more than $1, so not a big deal. Non-combat moves. Let's see. We're going to take this transport here. We're going to go over here. We're going to scoop up 2 infantry. And we're going to come over here. We're going to drop 2 infantry off in Gibraltar. Yes, amazing. Then this transport over here. And we're going to leave the cruiser there too. This transport over here is going to scoop up 2 regular infantry. Let's take the chips. And it's going to move 1 down to here, and it's going to drop those 2 dudes off underneath here. Well, ain't it amazing? The one that really matters is covered. Non-combat moves. We're going to move the Italian commander. He can move 6, right? So we're going to move this all together. We'll leave this split in half. There we go. The Italian commander, just in case, we're going to flap him up here to Rome. And these guys are all going to land in Cairo as well. We're just going to leave these 2 in Egypt. All right, so that's +2, 1 from the French, 1 from the British. I just got to grab a roundel for the Italians. So Italy goes back up +2 where it started the match, and the British go down 1. They're still up 2. And where's the French? The French go down to 4. Okay, that is the Italian turn. Can't remember, did I roll my tech roll for wartime economy? No, for shipyards. I bought one. If I already did it, I'm going to review that. But the Italian tech roll, we want improved shipyards, 7 or higher. 7. Perfect. Starting those off. All right. Step 2. Italian wartime economy roll. 5. That's bonus. And place units. We're going to start this guy up here, and we're going to move that guy up there. And we place the 5 infantry in the only factory the Italians have. But just so you're interested, there's 5 new infantry there. All right. And that is the Italians. I did the Italians before the French. The French are so small I forgot about them. All right. France. Combat move. Took that away. It's worth nothing. I just wanted to put a French roundel somewhere on the board that wasn't originally French. There we go. Now the British can land there if they want. We're going to place the French colonial over here for $4. We're going to do a tech roll, and we're going to lend-lease our remaining $2 to the KMT, because 2 is half, rounded up to the nearest number of 3. And we're going to roll a die for wartime economy. And we failed again. All right, so that is the French turn. The French are going to collect $4. And thanks to the dirty Italians, they don't get that bonus, but they do get a $2 bonus from that one. So they do get $6. All right, there we are. I'm going to do the Americans and the KMT in order here. What the Americans are buying is they're going to start an Iowa class ship, and they're going to start an aircraft carrier. So Iowa class is 7, and the aircraft carrier is 4. So that's $11, and they're going to do 5 tech rolls at 10. And they're going to lend at least $1 to the KMT. So we're going to start that there, and we're going to start that there, and we're going to go over here. And this green one is to remind me to do income increase. So we're going to start off with improved shipyards at 7 or higher. 6 fail. We're going to do strategic rockets 9 or higher. Fail. We're going to do, that's 2, right? Yeah. We're going to do advanced long range aircraft at 7 or higher. Okay, long range aircraft, we got that one. We're going to do heavy bombers. I just realized that the last stage of heavy bombers is 8. I don't know if that's a misprint online, but the rest are 9, so we need an 8 or higher. Fail anyway. And jet aircraft, we need an 8. Man. Okay, so the only one we got was long range aircraft. So we're going to move that one forward one. There we go. And American income increase 4. And I just can't seem to roll anything above a 6. Okay, so we're 22 to 26. $4 increase. So America's collecting $26. It spent everything else. Now KMT is building that, and it's going to receive this at the end of the turn, so we're going to take that away. And the KMT has a combat move. They walked in from here to there, so that becomes KMT controlled. They go up 2. Japan goes down 2. They're going to place these dudes over there. The KMT is done, except for this non-combat move to there. All right, so yeah, KMT goes up 2, Japan goes down 2. So Japan down 2, they're tied with the US now. And the KMT goes up 2 to 5. So click 5 plus their bonus for the Burma Road. So they get 6 and the Buck Lend Lease. There we go. KMT's done. And Americans are collecting 26. And that is the end of this turn. January 1941 completed.